Hey guys, I've decided to start a new series showing you guys off my different helmets that I have in my collection. This series might have multiple parts, might not have. I will see how I feel about this series and how successful it's gonna be. But I'll be showing you guys off some of the helmets I have in my collection. Um, the first helmet we will start off of will be a Polish WZ-67 steel helmet from the Warsaw Pact. Showing you guys off right in front of you. As you guys can see on the mannequin head. There's gonna be multiple helmets that I'll be trying to record. I'm not gonna go deep and details about the history or anything like that because I quite frankly not know some of the histories of those helmets. I'm just gonna show off you guys the helmet itself, the paint, and the features that it comes with. So starting off with the Polish steel helmet. Also, sorry about a shaky camera. I have a very bad setup. The steel helmet right here. It's the Polish steel helmet that replaced the previous steel helmet seen right here. That was the previous helmet that Polish army used until that moment. Even past that year of introduction of this helmet in 1967, I believe so. The other previous helmet was still used and still widely issued because in Warsaw Pact nothing expires basically. If it still serves its purpose, they will use it. This steel helmet is actually very good steel helmet. It was made out of very good steel at the time. It was in a decent shape, very very looking like the previous helmet that Poland used in 1931, WZ-31, that they used during World War II, but with a bit of a SSH-40 style to it, like the front being more curved to the front. Uh, so yeah, the first generation had multiple sizes to it, and it had a liner system. I'm gonna show you guys the liner now. Sorry about that. We don't need a head anyways. The liner inside was a leather liner screwed in by one screw on the very top that a soldier could unscrew potentially and remove the liner if he wants to. Now I'm saying potentially because that was not allowed during the Warsaw Pact and the Polish armed forces. You're not allowed to just remove a liner and, you know, put it somewhere else because you could lose it. And if you lose it, you get in trouble. The second generation of liner was one size fits all, kind of like the M1 style of a liner, which looked more modern but at the same time still old. It looked something like this. And yeah, those ones are more common than these ones. But somehow I still haven't got my hands on the upgraded version, only on this version. And actually I got two of those helmets. This one is in better shape than the other one. This one still has original Polish Eagle. The paint has not been used at all. So this helmet was brand new and it was probably stored somewhere for God knows how many years. Unissued, unused, in brand new condition. I actually got it with its still storage paper, which is a very good find. The leather is stiff, as it does, obviously. It's not nice and softened by usage. It's hard because it is brand new. I didn't oil it or anything like that. There's a bit of a storage, I guess, dirt on the liner, but that's to be expected from old helmet from the Soviet era. Now, these helmets are not expensive at all. Anyone trying to sell those helmets for a big price is just dumb, in my opinion, and try to scam people. Because those helmets in Poland are super cheap and cheap to a point that I was even shooting it to them at a shooting range. So they're not hard to find, and they're not expensive. There's way too many of them floating around to be actually expensive still. I mean, Poland still technically to some degrees using them for their reserve troops. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's the Polish steel helmet. I will now show you guys a helmet that is still currently used, is just in its first generation, by the Polish Armed Forces. So, this is the Polish helmet that I wouldn't say replaced it because it wasn't the one that replaced it, but yeah, it's currently used in the Polish Armed Forces. It has big resemblance to German Schubert helmet, which was inspired by an American Pasaget. This helmet is the Polish WZ-2005 helmet. Just like with the steel helmet, this is also the first generation. You could tell by the liner system that's on the inside, but I will go to that in a minute. This is I won't say hard find, but they are very rare on the market, especially outside of Poland. They're quite difficult to get unless you're in Ukraine, and they're basically there for free. So yeah, they're quite difficult to find, especially in a size 3 as this one is in size 3. It's a very big size. I think that might be second most largest helmet I have in my collection. Second to the German one. But yeah, it's quite big and it is quite heavy. The helmet shell weighs around almost 2 kgs, if I can. I'm not certain. I will show you guys right here, around here, how much it exactly weighs. But it is quite heavy, and you can actually feel the helmet on your head after a while. That, it's becoming sore on your neck. The helmet does not actually bring any comfort to that. Unlike the Mitch helmet or even Pasaget helmet, a lot of Americans complain that their Pasaget helmet is heavy. They should try out this, and they will know what real heavy is. It's made out of thick Kevlar, very thick on the edges. You guys probably can't see, but it is quite thick comparing to Pasaget helmet, and it is heavy. The helmet cover that it has, the previous one had a net. This one has actual Polish WZ-983 camouflage pattern helmet cover on it. Unlike the military changed to ripstop material. Somehow the helmet covers are still made in the previous material, which is like cotton or something, which has always been strange to me. But going to the inside of the helmet, the liner has been repaired by me a lot because, like everything in the Polish army, it breaks after time, unless it was made during Soviet era. Then it was made pretty well. You guys can see there's a lot of tape. I repaired the helmet recently, made a little bit better repairs on it than I had previously. It works perfectly fine. It's just, yeah, I had to repair it. There's markings on this side and the other. On this side, you guys have the, the size of the shell, the ballistic properties, I think, and the category C, if I am correct. And there's a stamp on the bottom. And on this side, you have the manufacturer, Maskpol. You have the SA4. And you have the date, 2007. And you had the 2 previous users that used this helmet in armed forces. What changed between this, the second and the third generation? The first generation had the old style of buckling system, which was really inspired by Schubert helmet. And it was used in a Polish first version, which was the WZ-2000 helmet. I'm not counting the 93 version. I'm saying the first Pasaget style helmet, which was the 2000 version. The same buckling system. That buckling system was used all the way till 2008, which the helmet was further adopted by the Polish Armed Forces, and the buckling system has changed to 4-point suspension. Sorry, 4-point, yeah, basically attachment point. So it had 4 bolts on it. One going here, one going here, and the same on the other side. It was not 3-point like this one. The idea was great, something similar to Mitch helmet, but the way it was done was typical Polish way of doing it, which was shit. Because it was cheap, the buckle would snap, break very easily. This one was more better because it was thicker. So this one could actually hold up to shit and usage. The other one, quite frankly, not. It was all plastic and it will break really easily from what I heard. So that one was very crappy. The second generation, of course, but the lining system on the inside, the padding system, was still the same as this model. Then around 2015, 2016, they have changed the liner yet again to the third generation, which was now pads. Yeah, they were typical pads all over the inside of the helmet. And the buckling system was Team Windy style buckling system, which is much better than this one over here. And thanks to that, the helmet also became smaller, because now you didn't need larger sizes. Since you had pads, you didn't have a liner. The helmet became smaller and it became lighter. Unlike this hunk of a material right here, which is very heavy, the third generation is just nicer and lighter. I had it on my head once, and there is a difference between this one and the other. And you can also see on the pictures, it just looks smaller than this one. But yeah, that comes to the Polish helmet. Okay, the next helmet I will show you guys will be a Dutch Army Schubert helmet in its desert helmet cover. This is the actual Dutch Army Schubert helmet. This is not the German version. This is the Dutch version. It's in a very, very, very nice condition, as you guys can tell. The helmet cover, at least, it is very nice, good condition, from what you guys can tell now. But I can tell you, the whole helmet is brand new. I heard that those Dutch Army helmets might be rare, but from the price that I bought this one, it doesn't seem that they're too rare. It wasn't expensive at all, and it's very nice, you know. And this is also the helmet that the Polish helmet was inspired off of, as you guys can tell by the shape of the shell. Somehow this helmet is slightly lighter than the Polish one. I'll take off the mannequin head again. So here's the helmet. This is how the inside of it looks like. I'm not going to take off the helmet covers in this video because they're just pain in the ass to put it back on. But this is the inside of the helmet. As you guys can see, it's basically brand new. It's in size large, which was also a very nice find. And it's with desert helmet cover, which I heard is rare. So here, you guys can see it's stamped with L. There's a bit of a paper down here, probably for your name, that you can write down on, so nobody steals your helmet on the other side. The net is in very nice, made out of very nice material. And the plastic, unlike the Polish one, it's not cheap, so it's not going to break on you guys. Leather is also very nicely made. The helmet is quite big. Even though it's size large, it can actually be even extra large. And you guys can adjust it to even larger sizes. And even adjust the depth of the helmet shell. Like, not the shell, but the liner. It can go deeper. I like the way it's set up now. It looks very nice. I don't know history behind it. I just know this one is the Dutch version. I don't remember how you can tell the difference in them. I just know for sure this one is the Dutch, not the German one. Even though Schubert is a German helmet company and the German helmet. This one is the Dutch variant, and it comes with the Dutch Army helmet cover, which is the very strange helmet cover, I must say. Unlike any other helmet cover that are attached by Velcro or strings or whatever, this one is attached by a big rubber rim, which protects the helmet shell all around from damages. At the same time, is extremely hard to put on. I've never actually struggled with a helmet cover before this much like I did with this one. They should think of something easier for their military helmet covers. I know the helmets are being replaced now with the better one, but yeah. The suspension is a 3-point suspension, just like the Polish one, which the Polish one was inspired by this one. And you guys can see the buckle is a bit different. It's kind of like a car seat buckle, very similar, especially in the older cars, and it has a quick release on the side. Now the Polish one has actually a tab to stop it, prevent it from being quick release. This one does not. This one will quick release if the helmet's yanked by someone. It will just snap off and the helmet will come off right away. But yeah, that's the Dutch Army Schubert helmet. Hey guys, so the next helmet on the mannequin head is going to be a German World War II relic Stahlhelm M40, as you guys can see right here. This helmet is going to have a bit of an interesting, I won't say background story to it, but interesting, thing going on with it. So let's start with it. The helmet itself is in very small size. It's not too big. As you guys can see, it fits on a mannequin head, and a mannequin head is around a child's head size, and this helmet doesn't even have a liner inside of it, so it's very tiny. Probably around size 52, my guess 54. Very small. You guys can tell this is a M40 by the vent hole that's made with the shell itself. This was a probably battlefield pickup or found somewhere. What makes this helmet very interesting is on the back of it, it received a lot of damage from shrapnel, indicating that the previous user of this helmet did not survive the war, unless the helmet was just standing on or sitting on the side of a trench or something and got hit. But yeah, the helmet have received 2 holes from shrapnel, one down here on the skirt of the helmet, and one over here, which impacted, as you guys can see, the head. This shrapnel one goes on their angle, meaning it would hit right in the spine area. And, neck, spine area, whatever, the bone that goes down here. And here would hit him right in the back of the head, skull area. So yeah. And on the top, it has a massive indent and 2 cracks. Right here and right here. Meaning the soldier using this helmet have received a lot of trauma from the back of the head in this helmet. The helmet is in a very good condition, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. For something that was sitting in the dirt, probably. It has rust all over it, but the pitting is not that bad. I've seen worse. Basically fragments of a helmet left. I'll take it off of the mannequin head now. Remove the mannequin head so you guys can see the helmet closer. The inside of it is worse, indicating that probably the helmet was standing like this for a long time collecting water, because the inside is really, really pitted and damaged. There was no liner or liner band and like that, which is shame, because it would look cool if there was a actual damage on the liner band, but there isn't. It's heavily rusted, so you can't actually tell what's written over here on the back of the shell, what size it is actually, or on this side. but it doesn't really matter. I mean, you guys can expect this helmet size to be very small, probably like Hitler Youth or something using it. So I can't even tell if it was used by SS, Wehrmacht, Luftwaffe, or Kriegsmarine. Could have been used by anyone. Probably by a front line, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this is the German M40 Stahlhelm in its rusty old condition. So the next helmet I will show you guys off is gonna be once again a German helmet, but in much more better shape than the previous one. This one is a reproduction, and it was painted by me with my own spray paint. So yeah, this was actually not like paint that I bought or anything like that. I made this paint myself to match the helmet, because none of the paints I found around could actually match the German color correctly, and I did not want to import a paint from outside. So yeah, this reproduction of a shell is not that bad, to be honest, comparing it to the original shell that I saw. Well, that I have, basically. Yeah, it lacks a few of the details and a few of the, like, curves or whatever, but it's not that bad for cheap helmet shell, basically. And I bought this when I was a kid, so this helmet is very old. And yeah, it was used really, really, really heavily by me. There was an Eagle, whatever's left of it now, you guys can see. It was a Wehrmacht Eagle. It's all scratched off and everything. Not on purpose, it's just by usage. It was a very nice Eagle, to be honest. It lasted me almost 7 years now. So yeah. And it's still there. The helmet was beaten up, dirty multiple times. As you guys can see from the top of the helmet, the paint chipped away, which I'm surprised the paint lasted this long. The outside, nothing special. Obviously, it's supposed to be M40 because the vent hole is stamped to the shell, rather than being its own separate piece. But yeah, it does not look like the M40 vent hole, so you guys can tell this is a repro. So yeah, it's much more thinner than the original one. That could be also because of the size, but no, I think it is just much more thinner than the original German helmet. Let's go on the inside of it. I'm gonna remove the head again. The inside of the helmet liner, it's really dark. It was brand new. The entire helmet was brand new, but I basically, by usage and by chemical aging, I've darkened the liner really heavily. In my opinion, it looks much more nicer now. It's on the front, it's really dark from all the sweat of usage. The chin strap, it's really soft now. It used to be stiff like the Polish helmet that I showed you guys. Now it's all nicely softened, and it's really dark on the inside. Like, this is the outside where it's supposed to be black, and now the inside, it also basically looks black, or very darkish brown, which is very good. I like that. There's a paint missing from the top. That's because it was on a stick, basically, and yeah, it just chipped a lot of the paint. And then it was also on the gas mask canister. Here you have a stamp, TSR 68 on the back of the helmet, which I'm guessing this is a size 68 helmet. Well, not the helmet itself, but like the shell. There is a bit of a white mold, I think, being on it, or no, that's just the dirt. But yeah, this is the German helmet right here. It's in very nice condition, I would say. after all the years of usage and using it. It turned out very well. I'm very happy off of it. I will I'm not replace it, but I'll probably put it away and replace it with actual real one that I would just refurbish or restore to its original look. And this one would just be a nice little item in my collection. So yeah, that's the German helmet. Let's go down with another helmet.